Freeze! Hands behind your back. You're under arrest. Who do you think you are?
I'm Gen Drift. Genetic Drift.
Let's cut to the chase, Jen. We both know why you're here. It's just a matter of me proving it. Shh. Got a couple reports I'd like to inform you about. It says here, you've caused a loss of genetic variation in small populations. What do you gotta say about that?
Well, there was that one time. There was that hurricane that occurred some years ago and it swept through here. The majority of the population died off and the survivors made up the population's gene pool.
So?
It's a bottleneck effect, and since there's less genetic variation, it's harder for people to adapt to the selective pressures.
Yeah. Sounds pretty cruel to me, Drift.
Look, it happens. It's all the luck of the draw.
Okay, well, what about this? Founder effects. What do you have to say about that?
When a group from a larger population migrates to another geographical location, this small colony size can lead to a reduced genetic variation.
Go on.
The founders of that population carry genes in high frequencies that account for certain phenotypes.
You're not doing a great job of defending yourself, Drift.
Look, it's not my fault. These things just happen.
Just happens? What do you mean it just happens? That's inexcusable. How will people adapt to changing environments if you're reducing the amount of genetic variation in populations?
Listen, natural selection isn't the only mechanism of evolution. Since Drift's random, the versions of a gene that it makes universal may be good or bad. I'm not just a bad guy here.
Mechanism of evolution? Explain yourself, Drift.
Adaptation doesn't account for all changes in the genetic flow of a population. There are other factors, other than selective pressure, that might be more random.
So what you're saying is, sometimes it's just up to chance?
A chance that nature acts on. I can help with speciation because non-adaptive mutations can facilitate population subdivision. And I can facilitate the movement of a population from a lower fitness plateau to a higher fitness plateau through gene flow.
Non-adaptive mutations? Wait a second. There was this one case that originated in Rio Grande, where small groups of cave-dwelling tetra gradually lost use of their eyes over the generations. Many attribute this to the change to selective neutrality and that the loss of sight was not necessarily due to selective pressure, but to random mutation. You know what? May have been wrong about you, Drift.
Damn right you were.
Whoa! What? How'd you do that? What the? How? Got me again.